Hi, team. Thank you all for those of you that completed the poll that we asked last week about what topics you are interested in learning about. The top two were vendor events and Facebook parties. So today I'm going to spend some time talking about Facebook parties, how to get those set up. Not so much on how to schedule them, but we can get a thread going on our team page to share ideas about that. A lot of times if people cannot do a live party, they might want to do a catalog party. And to be honest, I like to set up Facebook events for both live parties and catalog parties. I'm going to have more posts on my Facebook event for more of a catalog party. And I know sometimes we just schedule a literal Facebook party. So in any case, if they're doing a Facebook party or a live party, I'm going to send them a host packet. It'll have a few catalogs in it. Sometimes I print off the order forms to send along with, sometimes I just email the order forms with the opportunity for people to order online. Sometimes if you print off a bunch and send them with a packet, they don't always get used, so it can be kind of a waste. So you might want to maybe print one of them off that the host can make copies of, or just email the host, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually screen share a lot of this. I am recording it. If people can jump on, I know a lot of our team is working during the day or in the morning times busy with kids. So I may, I want to be able to go ahead and have this recorded so people can look at it at their convenience, okay? So let me get to the point where I'm going to screen share. And the first thing I'm gonna do is screen share to Consultant's Corner, okay? So I'm gonna kind of go to the home just so you guys, when you're coming in to Consultant's Corner, you are going to go and you're going to click on My Shows right here, okay? My Shows and Orders. And then everybody should know how to add a new show, but you can just click right here and add a new show. I do have a bridal shower I'm going to do, so I might go ahead and at least start setting this up. So you'll click what type of show. Now, I will say, if you're doing just a virtual party, you probably will be posting recipes, and you may even be doing some Facebook Live or some videos. So really catalog or cooking show you could do when you're setting up the order here online. But then you'll go down and you'll click on the date. This particular bridal shower is going to be on Monday the 12th, and we will close up probably more like this. So you're just going to add the information in here for your show. And after you get all the information in, you will click this button to create a show. One little tip, when the information is here, you want to make sure you click which phone number you want to appear, okay? So that is where you will go to create your show. Now I'm just going to go back and pull up a show that I already have done, because I want to go over a couple of things with you that I think is important, okay? So here's one for Friday, and I do need to do a little host coaching with her. But right here, once you have the show created, you'll see these tabs on that main screen, and I'm going to click on the show page tab, okay? This is where you can pick your theme for your party. And even with a Facebook party, I would still pick a theme because the pictures are just going to be fun, okay? So on this one, I just picked the cooking show because this happens to be a cooking show. I just clicked the cooking show page. I like this combination of products. It shows a rock crock, the renal food processor. It just shows a good variety of products. And then you can go down here and you can personalize this right here, okay? So if you want her to make sure they bring a friend, make sure you include that. So you can personalize that. I want to draw your attention down to this area right here. This is where you can personalize the web link. So the online ordering link is critical, especially, well, really for all parties, but you'll want to be able to post this in your Facebook events, both on the description and just in various posts throughout the event. At least every other day, you're going to want to have the online ordering link in one of your posts, or at least let them know that they can go to the description of the event and find it. Now, if you'll notice, there's a lot of ways to do this, but it gives you guidelines here. Must be unique, must have at least 6 characters, no more than 20, has letters and numbers only, so you can't do characters or even dashes or underscores, okay? And it is case sensitive. I know some people that they don't capitalize anything because it's case sensitive. I don't know, maybe I'm old school, but I just like to use my hostess's name, sometimes first and last name, sometimes just first name and last initial, and then I like to use the year. Couple things. If I'm going to go type a name, I automatically capitalize the name. So I feel like that's kind of my nature. And then I like to put the year on there instead of just the name, because what if she hosts a show next year? If she's one of these repeat hosts, because I do have quite a few repeat hosts, and hopefully you'll work to getting repeat hosts too. You might even want to put fall of 2016, because let's say, maybe one of your hosts does a March show and then she wants to reschedule in like October, when the new catalog comes out. So however you want to do it, you want it to be easy to remember. You want it to be easy to retype, even though I like to just be able to copy it places. So once you personalize your link, you're going to hit confirm. And confirm it'll tell you your URL is saved. It'll let you know that it's unique. Because let's say you're doing a party for Sue Smith, and there's probably a Sue Smith probably several Sue Smiths in every town across the country. So you want to make sure it's a unique link for her. And then you can just click copy. Okay, so it's been copied. All right. So after you go there, I'm going to stop the share just because I need to get to another screen for my Facebook. Okay, so here's what we're going to do over here. We're going to go over to the home. You're going to go to events. It's fun seeing everybody's Halloween pictures. And you're going to go right here to create. Okay, so this is going to create an event. Now, there's a couple things I want to share with you. Let me go ahead. I'm going to paste this link so I don't lose it. A couple of things that I will share with you, and I may have to stop sharing and pull this up again. I use Evernote, and I know you've heard Joellen and I talk about Evernote before. Evernote is like an online notebook system, and this is my October virtual party. I really should say fall virtual party, because I will use it again. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'll put my current one right here. So I will share this link. You do not have to have Evernote to be able to open this link, but I like to have something where it's just basically an outline that you can use over and over again on various events. Okay, a couple of tricks that I learned from Charlotte Nagai, who is basically kind of one of our fearless leaders in the virtual world. I know there's several leaders in our company that have really had great success with total 100% virtual businesses. So I try to learn from them because they do this often. She suggests having some kind of fun little character, and I just copied what she did and used these little music notes. And basically what I do is I go back and forth, and I'll be copying from here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop share. I'm going to go back to my Facebook part, but you'll see what it is I'm pulling from when I go back and forth, because I don't think you guys will see the screen changing back and forth. So what she does is she uses the music notes in the event name. And this is good for your personal, as you're looking at your Facebook event, but it also kind of sets this event apart really in anybody's list of events, because you have these special characters, these music notes. You can put hearts, you can put maybe a seasonal type of thing, but it's just something that sets it apart from just any event title. And so I like to put something like Shelly's Fall Pampered Chef Party. Or maybe you'll put wine, cheese, and chocolate Pampered Chef Party. Or maybe you'll put holiday gift ideas Pampered Chef Party. But something that's going to draw people's attention. You always want to upload a photo. And I tell you what, I like to use, and I need to go back through right here. I have, if you notice, I have a lot of the cover photos that I just downloaded and saved from our marketing imagery section on Consultants Corner. So I think these are beautiful pictures. So I definitely do that. So you put the picture on there, put her fun title with the little fun characters. Location. Okay, I know there were some questions about this. So clearly, if this is a Facebook party supporting a live party, you can just put, you know, Shelly's house in Olathe. Or because it's a private event, I do my events private, mainly because I don't want my newsfeed flooded by posts. But sometimes I will put the host address. But for an online party, there is no location. So here's what I do is I type in right here on this event, period, or exclamation point. And then you can click this little pink guy right here, where basically it's saying use this. So basically the location is right here on this event. So you want people to realize some people are more familiar with Facebook than others. Sometimes if it's your mom or your grandma or your Aunt Sue or whatever, they may not be as familiar with how this works. So be as specific as possible. So I'm going to put on here, this is going to be Friday, and we are going to start at 6:30. A lot of times, I will say, a lot of times if this is going to be 100% virtual party, a lot of times they start at 8:30 or even 9 o'clock. That way, you know, that's the time that most people are going to be sitting around on their phones or their mobile devices playing on Facebook anyway, once the kids are settling down, things like that. So coordinate with your host. But then I'm going to go back over to my Evernote outline that I have, right? And I'm going to copy and paste the information for the description. All right, I'm going to post it there. Join us for a fun show. We'll learn new recipes, see new products, have a fun time with friends. Now, obviously, feel free to bring someone along with you. We might be able to put, feel free to invite a friend or two to join our event, okay? Or join our online party or whatever. Be sure to click going so we know you're coming. Now, of course, they can't make it. We'll certainly miss you, but you can jump online, you know, all that. That's more for a live party. But you might put something like, be sure to click going. So we, in this case, so you don't miss a thing. Okay. Here's the kind of the trick with this is when they mark going, they're more apt to see posts from you as the consultant. If they mark maybe, they'll be more apt than just the invited people. If they mark that they can't go, they're not going to see any posts. There's a lot of times what happens on Facebook events is people will be invited. A lot of times they won't even see the events depending on how they have their notifications. So it's very important to partner with your host. And host coaching is a little different with a virtual party. With the main party, a live party at their house, you're wanting them to make follow-up reminder texts or messages or calls. You're wanting to encourage them to come a few minutes early, that kind of thing. With the Facebook parties, just the total virtual parties, you want to really work with your host to have them private message, you know, and remind people. And I'll show you once we get this set up how you can coach them to message their guests very easily. You're also going to want to ask your host to post some things on her event. And I'll show you that here in a minute too. So be sure to click going so you don't miss a thing. And maybe put interact and comment to get more entries into a drawing for a prize. Now, these are not big prizes. In fact, most of the time, my prizes to virtual guests are cookbooks. And by cookbooks, they are like past season cookbooks. So I say they're priceless because you can't get them anymore. And really, I think most of us on the supply order form, you can get a pack of 10 for like $4. So even with postage on there, it's less than $1 for the prize. Totally worth it, because when you're mailing them out, one thing that you can do is include the host bonus for the next month or the guest special for the next month. You know, you can include some information for them to see too. So don't stress out about prize. You're not spending like $10 or $15 on a prize for this. Okay. Now you might put, want a preview. All right. It looks like I want to preview. Check out our amazing fall line right here. Okay. So then you're going to create this event. Okay, and so then now you have this whole spreadsheet here. I do have, I will say, a list of things I want to make sure I cover. Okay, so on here, once you have it created, there's a couple of things that I like to do before I invite the host, okay? One of them is I like to add the guest special. So let me find my guest special. Okay, and I might check this out. When your order is $75 or more, you can choose one of these amazing gifts for free. You gotta make sure you put free in there, okay? So I'm gonna put the guest special there. I'm going to make sure that she's got all of her link is there where they can see. It looks like, okay, I clearly was, I'm not watching what I was posting here. So let me kind of clean this up a little bit. So we're encouraging you to invite a friend to join the event, encouraging them to click going, encouraging them to interact, and then also having the link on there. Now, end time. With a live party, usually if a live party, let's say, is on Friday night, I'm going to talk to the host, and we're going to try to wrap things up by Monday. A couple of days is all you need. If you give a host a full entire week, more times than not, she will wait until like that 5th or 6th day anyway, and then she's scrambling. So just say, hey, you know what? It's Friday night. I'm going to give you over the weekend. Let's touch base on Monday and try to wrap things up. People need a deadline. And if the deadline is closer in, they're going to be more apt to take action right away. Now, with that said, if this is just a Facebook event, there are quite a few trains of thought for this. In my opinion, it's kind of like the shorter the better in a way. There are some people, even some of these virtual party queens, some of them do 10-day events. Some of them do 7-day events, but they have a couple of days of pre-posting. Personally, I like to do kind of like 7 or 8 days total. So like, let's say you have an event that's starting on Friday. So maybe what you do is you do a couple of pre-posts on Wednesday and Thursday. Maybe you set the event up, maybe today, invite the host. And then maybe tomorrow you're encouraging the host to invite friends, and you're maybe posting some things where they can, get like a little idea. Maybe it's a product that you're going to just post the video from Consultant's Corner or things like that. You're going to kind of start doing some pre-posting. Then during those like 4 or 5 days of like the actual show, you're going to be posting at least 3 times. And when I say at least 3 times, I should say at least 3 times, but no more than like 5. And that would just be if you have a game going on. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. But end time. In this case, this is actually a live party, but I'm going to pretend like it's a virtual party for right now. So I'm going to end it. I'm going to start one Friday and I'm going to end it the next Friday. And here's why. This gives them at least one weekend, okay? And by ending it on that following Friday, if you do need to finalize things with the host or whatever on that Saturday morning, you totally can. But you're not going to be doing much live posting after that. And so that's kind of what I do. I would do a week. Now, the other thing that you're going to want to do here is where it says co-host. I like to set up the party because then I'm sure I can get the link correctly. I can put the guest special on there. I'm sure that the information on there is correct. I make sure the host doesn't put something in the description like, don't feel like you have to buy anything, just come and have some fun. Because certainly we don't want anybody to feel pressured to buy anything, but we don't want them to get permission to just come and hang out and not order. So it just kind of helps me be a little bit more in control and keep it business and keep it fun and just I'm able to get the information out there that the host and the guests need. However, I am going to want to add, and actually, you know what? I'm going to just add Jill to this as my host because I already have an event for Shelly. I don't want to confuse her. But you'll add your host's name right there. Now, if you're not friends on Facebook with your host, you need to become friends on Facebook with your host. That way you can add her here. And what this does, when I save this, I want you to see at the top when I refresh. Oh, well, you know what? What it does, if you saw that, it invited the host. Once the host accepts and says, yes, I can come, then right up here where it says hosted by, it'll have my name, yours as the consultant, and it'll have the host name. Okay? So now you've got this great format. It's all set up. It's ready to go. Now, I encourage my host, and again, there'll be two schools of thinking here. So let me start. Some people have their host invite every single one of their Facebook friends. I don't. And I'm not saying that my way is right because clearly I'm kind of newer at the virtual events. But just like with my live hosts, I don't encourage them to invite every single one of their Facebook friends either. I always say start with 50. Invite 50 friends. You might get to 60 or 70, especially on Facebook. That many people are not going to show up at the door for a live party, and you're not going to have that many people show up on a Facebook event. But personally, if I am invited to an event where 839 people are also invited, I don't feel very special. I don't feel like, oh my gosh, they really want me to come to this event. They think I'm going to enjoy this event. They think they're just going to invite everybody, kind of like throw spaghetti on the wall example, and see what sticks. So I'm going to leave that up to you, but I would recommend encouraging your host to really invite 50 to 75 people at first. As people can't come, maybe they think of somebody else they could invite, but I like to try to keep it a little bit on the smaller side. Now, this right here, message guests. This is a great way really for you to message guests on an event maybe that you're doing of your own. But when you're coaching a host and you're not connected with those guests as Facebook friends, a couple things. First of all, it probably will go to their others file. So they probably won't even see the message. It could kind of trigger you as a spammer, which you don't want that. So what I do, and I'm going to go to one of my events that I did last month, just because I want to show you all. This was a fun one I did last month. Okay. So she did have like 217, but she started with a smaller group and then she kept adding people. It was really a nice party. But what I invited her to do and what I coached her to do is click the message guests. And I want you to see, you can click the message guests and you have the 3 categories. Maybe, and you can see here on the went, like 3 of these people are my friends. Here's the host, and then 2 of these other ones I'm already friends with. So I could totally send them a message and they would get it. But all these other 16 I'm not friends with. So I would work with Sarah, the host, to say, hey, Sarah, look, here's how you do this. You can go in and you can click everybody that said that they were going. And then you can type a little message, and these send as individual messages, okay? This says, hey, girl, I'm excited to see you on Thursday. I'm glad you can come. And then when they send it, it goes to everybody as individual messages. The cool thing is the link to the Facebook party is at the bottom of the message. So they don't have to go to their events and find the event. They can just click right there and they can RSVP. The maybes, maybe what she would say there is, hey girl, or hey friend, I know you weren't sure if you could go or not, but hopefully you can. Be sure to, let me know one way or the other, whatever. Now, I want to show you this. This is interesting. These are the people that were invited to the party. And look at this. Like, I can see that Maggie has seen this event. Angie has seen the event. Tammy has seen the event. But but right here, look, Candace, she hasn't even seen the event. Stephanie, she hasn't even seen the event. So Shelly, so a lot of these people haven't even seen the event, even though they were invited by Sarah. Okay, so this is a critical thing to know, really, because what I like to do, and I'm thinking now that I'm looking at this list, I probably did not have Sarah do this, but this is a situation where I will message my host and I will actually say, hey, Sarah, go into that message guest link underneath your invites, click on the invited list, go ahead and click on everybody that has been invited that hasn't responded yet. Or I might say, especially the ones that would be interested in Pampered Chef. And then I would say, feel free to copy and paste the following message to them. And then I am going to type in the message, and it might say something like this. Hey girl, or hey friend, just wanted to make sure you saw my Pampered Chef event coming up on November the 4th. I know I don't always see my events, wanted to make sure you saw it and don't miss out. Please click on the link below and let me know if you can make it. So by basically writing a message that I want the host to copy and paste, it does two things. It will get the message out a lot sooner. Most people, when they can just copy and paste something, are going to be more apt to do it sooner rather than fretting over, oh my gosh, I got to type up and figure out what to type. So it makes it easier for them. Second thing is, they're not going to be saying something like, oh, I hope you can make it, even if you don't buy anything, that kind of thing. So again, it's friendly, it's upbeat. You're not putting, hey, Shelly, or hey, Suzette, or hey, Stephanie. You're putting, hey, friend, or hey, girl, because even though it's individual messages, it's the same message going to multiple people, okay? So I hope that makes sense. But that is a great tool. And that link, used to, I could only do it on the computer, but I have seen this link on my phone too. So you may have to check. I know all phones are a little different. So what we'll do is I will share the Evernote outline with you. And I will stop share here and go back. But let me show you something. I just was reminded of this. So Sarah, she had a great party. I happened to have all the items at my house that she got, so I kind of set up a little display. But some of you, especially newer consultants, you may not have everything that the host happens to get. But you might ask her, hey, when you get your box, open it up and send me a picture. And then you could always, even if the products are still in their boxes, it looks like it's a big collection of products. So this is kind of a fun post that you can put on their party. Hey, here's the nice spread that she'll be getting as our host. Or, hey, here's the nice load that she got, if it's a picture that the host sent you. What great time-saving tools. Had she not hosted a party, her bill would have been $404. But as a host, her total was only $126. That's a $278 savings. Who's next? Here's some dates I have available. So a great way to kind of recycle, or not recycle, but use what the host gets to possibly get more shows. Okay. So I was hoping somebody would be able to jump on, but I also realized that during the day is kind of crazy. So I'm going to share one more thing with you here, and it's going to go back to the Evernote, and I'm just going to go over a couple of things. I will be sending this outline, like I said. What I do is I have ScentShare, which is a scheduler. There's another one called Post My Party. If you don't have either one of them, I'm hearing some really good things about Post My Party, that it's a little bit easier to learn. So that might be where you would start out. You do not have to have either of these tools to be able to have a successful party. You'll just want to, I will say you might want to get Evernote, or at least the free version, because it is a nice tool to have, because I have it on my computer, but it's also an app on my phone. It's also an app on my iPad. I can go to the website if I'm at a host house, or if I'm at a friend's house or whatever, I need to grab a picture or whatever, I can do that. But this is just kind of tells you an order of things that you want to post. Here's some examples. It's so easy to attend a virtual party. Just hop on Facebook at 9 o'clock on Tuesday and watch all the action as it begins. And then it's just a fun little picture. And so you can save off these pictures maybe on your phone. So you have them saved on your phone. So if you are at work over lunch, if you need to do a post one day, and I did mention 3 posts a day, maybe you do one in the morning before you leave for work. Maybe you do one over the lunch hour. Maybe you do one later in the evening, or maybe you do one before you leave for work, one in the earlier evening when you first get home, maybe one around that 8:30 or 9 o'clock time. So if that makes sense. So you're hitting them at different points. And some of the hot points are like between 7 and 8 in the morning, between 11 and 1 during the day, between 4 and 6, and then after 9 a lot of times. Those are ones that are really times that people are usually kind of on Facebook scrolling through. Here's an invite your friend post. Here's some examples I told you I would mention about getting your host engaged. And the reason why, just kind of like the messages, they're going to see the messages from your host in their regular message file. Whereas if you're not connected with them on Facebook, they're not going to see your message necessarily. Most people have theirs set up where if some non-friend sends a message, it goes to the other file. By the way, check out the other file every once in a while, because sometimes I have had customers, somebody refers them to me and they've sent me a message on Facebook, but I have no idea they sent me the message. And so you'll want to look at that. But the same is true with posting on events. Facebook has various algorithms that they use to, determine how many people are going to see certain posts. In essence, they want us to be able to pay to get more exposure, which we as Pampered Chef consultants are not supposed to do. So don't do that. But we can encourage our host to make posts. So here's one that says, hey, everyone, I'm excited to host a Pampered Chef party. You're all invited. If you clicked going on the party, if you haven't clicked going on the party yet, please click that link and join the fun. There'll be tons of product information, tips, recipes, games, giveaways from my consultant, Christy, and lots of testimonials from other guests. Plus, Christy has an early bird drawing, door prize giveaway or whatever. So I'm going to copy this and message it to my host and say, hey, copy and paste the following message and put it on your event. There are times I'll even send her a picture. Hey, save this picture to your computer or your phone and upload that with this verbiage to the event. People that are invited are going to be friends with the host, and so they're more likely to see the post that the host makes. Also encourage your host to comment on the post that you as the consultant make, because that's going to engage her friends as well. There are a variety of games. This is one that's just kind of fun. Hey, let's get the party spirit. Here's a guessing game that will end just before the party begins. So this is a fun thing. Who doesn't want to jump in on a game and put their guess in there? And then what you do is maybe the next day, if you're starting this post, you do it on Wednesday and the party doesn't start till Friday evening or whatever, then you're not going to post the answer until maybe an hour or so before the party begins. But you can determine that. Then you're going to start with just a variety of, hey, here's a great product. Here's some ideas for it. I love that the company has given us great videos for products. So here's a new product. And so basically what I would do when I'm going to be posting this is I'm just copying, right? And I'm going to save my picture to my phone if I haven't already had it saved. And then I'll just upload at lunch or whatever. So you can see just a variety of things. These are a lot of our new products. But like I said, I had the rock crock there at the beginning. I do have some other ones interspersed throughout as well. Here's a little recipe. This is from our Flavors of the World on Pampered Jeff. And then, again, there's a video, a YouTube video. And so you'll see that. Hopefully that makes sense. But I will share this event or this Evernote with the outline on there. It might take me a minute because I'm going to kind of go through and tweak it a little bit. I think I kind of was adjusting as I was posting on some of them. So thanks for watching. If you have questions after you watch this, since I wasn't able to do it at a time where we could get live people on, please comment. Comment on our team page, comment under this post, or feel free to message me. But I like commenting on the team page because then everybody can benefit from that question and that answer. Okay, so let me stop the share. I am so excited for November and December. You guys are awesome and amazing and had a fantastic month of October. So excited to see where things go in November, December, and then into the new year in January. All right, have a great day, and we'll chat soon.